Living a low-maintenance life is an art, choosing simplicity over stress, clarity over chaos, and joy over excess. And that is the thought for today. Welcome to 7 Good Minutes. I'm Clyde Lee Dennis. Thanks for joining me for what I believe will be 7 of the most enriching minutes of your day. In today's episode of 7 Good Minutes, we talk about the art of living a low-maintenance life. Enjoy. Living a low-maintenance life doesn't mean giving up everything or living without ambition. It's about stripping away the unnecessary so you can focus on what truly matters. It's about making things easier, not harder. You don't have to overcomplicate life to feel successful or fulfilled. In fact, the less mental, emotional, and physical clutter you have, the more energy you have to enjoy life. Think about the things that drain your time and energy. Are they necessary, or are they just habits or expectations that have built up over time? When you live with a low-maintenance mindset, you start making choices based on what brings you peace rather than what pleases others. You realize that life doesn't have to be so busy, so cluttered, or so full of obligations to be meaningful. You can embrace simplicity without sacrificing joy. A low-maintenance life is about efficiency, not laziness. It's about choosing peace over chaos, clarity over confusion, and purpose over obligation. When you shift your focus from trying to manage everything to only focusing on what truly adds value, you'll discover a kind of freedom that makes every day feel lighter, easier, and more enjoyable. One of the biggest steps toward a low-maintenance life is letting go of things that no longer serve you. This includes physical clutter, but it also means clearing out mental clutter, things like old obligations, toxic relationships, and unnecessary commitments. You don't need to do everything or be everywhere to be valuable. In fact, the more you let go of, the more space you create for things that actually matter. Think about the activities or commitments in your life that feel like a burden. Are they truly necessary, or are they just things you've held on to out of habit or obligation? When you start questioning the things you spend your time and energy on, you'll begin to see how much of it isn't essential. It's okay to release things that don't align with your priorities. Decluttering isn't just about getting rid of stuff. It's about creating a life that feels intentional and freeing. When you focus only on what adds value and joy to your life, you'll notice that stress starts to fade. You'll have more energy, more peace, and more time for the things that actually make you happy. Simplifying your daily routine is one of the easiest ways to reduce stress and create a more peaceful life. Many of the things that complicate your day aren't actually necessary. They're just habits you've picked up along the way. When you focus on what truly matters, you can let go of anything that makes life harder than it needs to be. Start by identifying the tasks that drain your time, but don't add much value. Maybe it's overcomplicating your mornings, spending too much time deciding what to wear, or feeling obligated to respond to every email immediately. When you streamline these small moments, your entire day feels lighter. A low-maintenance life means working smarter, not harder. It means prioritizing ease over unnecessary effort. That doesn't mean cutting corners. It means being intentional with your time and energy. Whether it's planning meals in advance, sticking to a simple wardrobe, or automating small decisions, every step towards simplicity creates more space for joy, creativity, and fulfillment. One of the most powerful things you can do to maintain a low-maintenance life is to set clear boundaries. The ability to say no, to requests, to obligations, to things that drain your energy, is one of the greatest skills you can develop. A lot of stress comes from feeling like you have to do everything for everyone, but you don't. Your time and energy are valuable, and protecting them isn't selfish. It's necessary. Many people struggle with saying no because they don't want to disappoint others. But here's the truth. When you constantly say yes to everything, you end up drained, resentful, and unable to fully enjoy the things you actually care about. A low-maintenance life means putting your priorities first. Setting boundaries isn't about shutting people out. It's about making sure your life is filled with the right things, the things that bring you joy, fulfillment, and peace. When you protect your time and energy, you'll have more of it to invest in the relationships and activities that truly matter. Joy doesn't have to come from big, extravagant experiences. Some of the greatest happiness in life comes from the simplest things. A warm cup of coffee in the morning, a quiet walk in the evening, a conversation with someone who understands you. The more you learn to appreciate these small moments, the richer your life becomes. Many people chase happiness in complicated ways. They think they need more money, more achievements, or more possessions to feel fulfilled. But real joy comes from presence, from slowing down and truly experiencing life as it happens. When you live with less distraction and more appreciation, you start to notice how much beauty already exists in your daily life. Living a low-maintenance life isn't about depriving yourself. It's about removing the distractions that keep you from noticing the things that truly make you happy. The simpler your life becomes, the more room you have for genuine joy. And when you start prioritizing these small, beautiful moments, you realize that happiness was never as far away as it seemed. Simplicity isn't something you achieve once and forget about. It's a mindset, a way of living that requires ongoing intention. The world will always try to pull you into more commitments, more distractions, more responsibilities. But when you've experienced the peace of a low-maintenance life, you'll recognize the value of keeping things simple. That doesn't mean you won't face challenges. There will always be times when life feels busy or overwhelming. But when you have a strong foundation of simplicity, it's easier to reset. It's easier to step back and remind yourself what really matters. You don't have to do it all. You don't have to be constantly striving. A low-maintenance life is about balance. It's about making space for what truly fulfills you and letting go of everything that doesn't. When you live this way, you'll find that life feels lighter, easier, and filled with more joy than ever before. That does it for today's episode of 7 Good Minutes. Please take a moment to rate and review the show on the platform you're listening on. Until next time, let's be civil to one another out there. Thanks for listening.